Hello everyone, my name is Pokestone, and today we will be discussing a theory that I have found on Cinder from Rwby, which I have actually been inspired to create my own theory because of this theory. We will begin by talking about the original theory, however, and then moving on to the theory that I have, quote-unquote, created. The original theory was talking about how Cinder will be switching sides to Team Rwby later on in the show. The beginning of the theory was actually correct. It talked about whether Cinder died in Volume 5 or not. Now, if you guys don't know, this theory was written before Volume 6 was out. But since in the future, in today's date, Volume 6 is now out, we know for a fact that she was right. Cinder is now alive and is not dead. But what about the other part of the theory? What about the switching sides to Team Rwby part? I find this part kinda without evidence to back it up. I mean, literally the only evidence that this person used is that her eye looks like Zuko's eye from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Zuko switched sides. I believe if this theory is true, it could definitely give some great plot points to Rwby Volume 7 and 8. But no matter what, I believe that this theory deserves a lot more plot to it, to what it has. And that's where I came in, where I asked the question, what if the theory wasn't about how Cinder will be switching sides to Team Rwby, but more, what if Cinder's character is based on Zuko? And if that's the case, then maybe she isn't based on Cinderella like everyone thinks she is. Which quickly I figured out that I ran into the biggest problem about making theories on Cinder, is that we have almost no details on her, no character development. We know that she wants power, and we know that she wants to defeat Rwby, but we don't know why. So the few details that we have on her, we have to really use, such as how she fights. We know that she likes to use fire when she fights. We know that her resemblance isn't fire, but we know that she at least uses fire to increase her attacks, similar to Zuko, a firebender from Avatar, who uses firebending. Both use quote-unquote similar powers, if you would say. I mean, we know at least Cinder likes fire, because we see her using it in the show. We also know that Cinder is after power, similar to Zuko. Now, they're after a different type of power, but still some kind of power. One evidence that was provided inside the theory was their eyes. They look very similar. Both their eye is burnt, or looks burnt, and looks just very similar. We also know that Zuko was told to capture the Avatar, just like how Cinder was told to capture Rwby. One of the final evidence towards this is that Cinder is trying to get Neo to kill Rwby for her, just like how Azula nearly killed the Avatar for Zuko. One other piece of evidence that we have is that they have the same attitude. They both want to defeat someone really badly, and they're just growing stronger and stronger. They both feel that defeat, that hurt. Every time Zuko lost to the Avatar, he felt pain. Every time Cinder loses to Rwby, she feels pain. And it's just a very similar vibe that I see in both of them. Maybe eventually, Cinder will switch sides like Zuko. Who knows? I mean, we will see, because the easiest way to know is if Rwby gets severely hurt by Neo within the next 2 volumes. Anyway, do I actually believe this theory? To be honest, I don't know. I think it drives a very high bargain, and that it's much better than the theory that she's based on an evil Cinderella. I also think that Zuko and Cinder have many differences as well. Overall, I just don't know. What I believe is we just don't know why. Why is Cinder doing this? And that will change whether this theory is correct or wrong completely. Or it might change it completely to a character that we don't even know. We don't know why Cinder's doing this. We just haven't seen enough of her. We haven't seen enough of her backstory to really make a large argument against this theory or for this theory. All I know is I'm super excited for Volume 7. I wonder if quote-unquote my version of this theory is true. There are of course holes in both of the theories, of her being based on an evil Cinderella and of her being based on Zuko. And when I say based off, I don't mean like a copy and paste. I don't mean that. When I say based off, I mean more of like an inspiration, where they saw that character and they were like, we want to make her have all these traits or have some of these traits. And they just sort of take part of the character and put it into their own character. And that's what I mean by inspiration. And the final piece of evidence is Rooster Teeth constantly likes putting other stories in their own. Pretty much all their characters are based on some other character. Nora being based on Thor, Rwby being based on Little Riding Hood. They're all based on some character with some story that's similar to their own. But anyway, I definitely see this as a possibility. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is Cinder based on Zuko? Anyway guys, subscribe. I make videos on different types of anime and TV shows, so it will be worth your while. Also drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!